Hi everyone! Let's carry on talking about Mars. If you are new here, this is a series of 4 videos that I'm doing about Mars. So this is the third part. Today I'm going to talk about Mars in Libra, Mars in Scorpio and Mars in Sagittarius. If you have Mars in any other planet, please check the other videos. To find out your Mars, you can go to the first part of the Mars videos and you will see there how to go online to find the position for your Mars. Let's go. Mars in Libra. People with Mars in Libra, they are very gentle people. Mars is the power, is the action, is that planet that makes us do things, that gives us courage to do things. And Mars rules Aries, and Libra is the opposite of Aries. So when Mars is placed in Libra, it's not one of the most positive positions, because Mars is the action, is the power. So if it's positioned in a sign that is the complete opposite of that likes balance, diplomacy, that is not impulsive, thinks before it acts, thinks about other people before it acts. So we can say that people with Mars in Libra is not one of the most confident in their actions. It's not like a Mars in Aries that goes and does and has confidence to do it. People with Mars in Libra are not like that. They are the opposite. They need other person to act. So they feel better in act with a friend or with their partners, or imagine if they start a business, they prefer to have someone with them. They work better in teams. So they are not very independent like a Mars in Aries. Their desire to act, it's based on other people. So imagine someone with Mars in Libra, if they have a partner, very likely before they do something, they will talk with the partner about it. Or they will ask the person to come and do with it. People with Mars in Libra, if they are single, they will ask a friend to come and do something with them. It's not the most independent person in the world. They need motivation and they need the other ones to kind of push them. Yes, go and do it. If they have the motivation, the positive inspiration from other people, they do it. But is not the person of waking up, just have an idea and go and do it and risk everything without consulting others. Of course, it depends on the rest of the chart, but normally people with Mars in Libra are a bit more careful with their actions. They are better when they work in teams or when they work with someone else and not independently. But it's a very good position for work with the diplomacy or human relationships, art, beauty, manage people. They are very good in managing people because they are careful with other people's side. They are very good in putting themselves in the other person's perspective. So even when they are in a conflict, they are good in seeing the things on their filter, but also they are good coming out of the filter and seeing the things on the perspective of other person. So if you have Mars in Libra, choose careers and professions where maybe you work with a team, maybe people respect your position, so they are not super impulsive, like an environment where no one cares about what you think. Libra needs balance. So Libra likes to be in a place that feels there is negotiation in this situation. It's not just as this person wants or as I want. We get to a balance. Their rhythm of doing things is the rhythm of other people. Imagine if they go for a walk with someone, they will adapt their rhythm of walking to the person that is with them. Imagine a Mars in Aries is the one going in the front, doing everything really quick. The Mars in Gemini is that one that if he's in a walk, goes and talks with the person in the front, goes and talks with the person on the back, goes and talks with everyone. And Mars in Libra, they kind of match the other people's rhythms. So they are peacemakers. They are also very active. And if you have Mars in Libra, know this, that sometimes it's hard for you to affirm yourself, show your power or show what you want, and it would be good for you to work in that and not always depend in other people's opinions. You work better when you are in a team, and that's okay, but don't limit or depend so much on others to do anything or the most basic things in your life. Mars in Scorpio. As you already noticed, Scorpio is a very intense sign. We can always use an energy well, or we can use an energy badly. A good Mars in Scorpio, it's people that are good psychologists, therapists. They transform themselves, they help the other ones transform themselves. It's a deep sign. And when a person with the Scorpio energies, when they go inside and they transform themselves, they are like a diamond. But some people use these energies in the bad side of the signs. So imagine someone that is not very evolved and has Mars in Scorpio, it can be very destructive because it can be people, they just look for revenge, that they are very obsessive, or people with Mars in Scorpio, when they want something, they won't let it go. They need to have that. It's kind of a obsessive thing. If they feel they were cheated somehow, they can get into those revenges really deep and dramatic. Is people that they have a great capacity to act like in the occult. They are good detectives and spies, and they are good to work like behind the scene. They don't like to be the center of the show. They are very good in find out things. So if you know someone with Mars in Scorpio and you try to hide something from them, don't try, because it will come out somehow. They will find it out. So it's very difficult to lie to these people. Looks like they always find out things somehow. And they are very suspicious of people, also a bit obsessive, and they have like an intense sexuality. Where we have Scorpio in our natal chart, it's a place that we always come to transform a lot. So people with Venus in Scorpio, they come to transform the way they love, the way they perceive love, the ideas that they have about a relationship. And people with Mars in Scorpio, they come to change the way they act in the world. So they come to change the revenge feelings, the need for revenge. They come to change the obsessiveness. So they come to transform all of that energy that is not so good inside. So if you have Mars in Scorpio, know that it's very good to work, like imagine like for psychologists, therapists, and even like occult and different professions, but also like very good surgeons have Mars in Scorpio. They are good in like those intense professions. But also know that there is a side of you that you need to transform. Be careful with when you desire something, you really want to go for it. Just try to distance yourself from like your object of desire and kind of create distance and see, why do I want so much this? What is inside of me that makes me want so much this? So you need to create that distance and not live just for your goals or for what you desire. Or if you are like in love with someone, just careful with the intensity that you put on it, and careful with the obsessiveness for things and people. Then Mars in Sagittarius. People with Mars in Sagittarius are very adventurous. They like to go to different places and do different things. They don't like too much routine. If they go to a place and they already saw that place, it's a bit boring to them. They like what is new, what is far, what is different. They like to meet people from other cultures. If you have Mars in Sagittarius, very likely you love to travel and meet other countries. They're very philosophic. They like to learn. They like to teach. They're very like positive and optimists, and they like humanitarian causes. Sometimes what can happen is they can be a bit naive. because sometimes they only see the good side of things, which in this world doesn't work all the time because we live in the world of opposites. So it's good for you to bring yourself a bit more down to earth. It's good to think and see the bright side of things, but don't get caught in that idea of, yeah, everything is always perfect, everything is great, because that might be distancing or making yourself distance from reality. In this world, there is the good and the bad. When we try to see things in the positive, it's a great help, but sometimes we need to come across some difficult things. And sometimes people with Mars in Sagittarius, they don't like to see the bad. So they think sometimes too big, and they can disappoint themselves quite a lot. Imagine a person with Mars in Sagittarius maybe wants a business, but he's already thinking that he's going to have a massive building and it's going to be great and he's going to do this and that, and they are very expensive. And you need to take a step back and think, okay, I'm starting a new business. Let me start small, because if you start small, and everyone, when we start small, we have the capacity to make mistakes, and those mistakes are cheaper mistakes than if we do a massive investment from the get-going and then things don't work out. Okay, so my advice is more reality. Keep looking at things in the good way, in a positive way, and optimistic, but as we say, don't give a step bigger than your leg. Try to think positive, but also be realistic. Don't promise more than what you can do. But people with Mars in Sagittarius, they are always like good people to be around. They want to make the world a better place. And we do need a lot of Mars in Sagittarius. It's just that the side that sometimes reality doesn't match to what they have in their heads, and it can become a problem because Sagittarius expands everything. So if you expand too much too quick, without ground, without little steps, baby steps, it can become very complicated. So Mars in Sagittarius, they are good to work with people that are different, other cultures. They are good to work as like even entertainment, to like make other people happier, make other people dance, make other people see the good side of life. Perfect. So if we're Mars in Sagittarius, again, don't choose careers that are complete opposite of this, where like very sad environments or very boring environments. Or people with Mars in Sagittarius, they are good maybe to travel all the time. I know some people that their job is to go to a place to the other all the time. Of course, there are good things and bad things to that, but I think a person with Mars in Sagittarius would have energy to do that and would like to do that. They are free spirits and free souls. So we reached to the end of this video. Next video, we are going to talk about the last 3 signs that are Mars in Capricorn, Mars in Aquarius, and Mars in Pisces. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments which sign you have your Mars, and I'll see you very soon.